Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
Well, the hot stuff coming back into the forecast as we head in towards the weekend. Today, kind of a transitional day as well. Yesterday, we saw the clouds at first, eventually gave way to mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. But tonight, what we'll be dealing with is wind starting to switch as well. We're starting to see more of a south-southwesterly push as we go into the weekend. You say, well, why is that important? Well, does two things. One, starts to bring in some of the warmer air that's been down the desert southwest. Temperatures places like Tucson, Phoenix sitting at about 100 to 110 degrees. They got a huge haboob going on down there right now, by the way. So all of that warm air is going to start moving northward. You add that with the loss of the cloud cover in the morning that kind of keeps things sort of cool, and temperatures will be off to the races back into the 90s through the weekend. 85 currently right now in Roseburg. We're sitting at 81 and 82 here at Corvallis and Eugene, so comfortable afternoon for folks headed out to the Lane County Fair, for example. Upper 70s out in Bend and low 60s out at the coast. Sunny skies as well from there all the way up to the Cascades. Most of the inland valleys haven't seen a whole lot. A little bit of cumulus buildup across some of the high crests out towards the South Sisters, for example. Bachelor probably seeing a little bit of light cloud cover. And that's about it. Otherwise, as you go to the juniors, beautiful, beautiful afternoons. We're going to get a little warmer the next couple of days. Saturday and Sunday, we'll see highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. Tonight should be great for all the finals this evening, as temperatures will be falling back into the mid to low 60s. So kind of all over the map today, depending on where you were. There's some of the warm air kind of bottled up down towards the Rogue Valley. Medford in the low 90s today. They're going to be about 100 degrees starting into the weekend all the way through some of next week. 86 in the Dalles, 82 basically from Corvallis down to Eugene, mid 60s out to the coast. And you get a bit of an offshore flow here as well. Look towards Brookings where they were at 83 degrees today. Overnight tonight, here's what we'll be looking at. Clear skies and lows just a bit warmer down to around 55 to 56 degrees, maybe a degree or two cooler than that in the valley. Stormcast the next 24 hours shows the same thing. Not a whole lot of early morning cloud cover. A little spotty out towards the reservoir, for example, down to Roseburg. Watch quickly as that starts to erode away, even at the coast. I don't expect to see much cloud cover by tomorrow afternoon. And then it's sort of off to the races in terms of the temperature. Area of low pressure staying where it is up in the Gulf of Alaska. And this high starts to move northward as the jet stream lifts back up in towards Western Canada. And it starts to draw up all that hot, drier air. So here's what we're expecting for the marathon. As Renee mentioned, 6 a.m. kickoff time for the runners in the mid 50s. We'll be looking at around 70 degrees for just about everybody finishing at noon. And then certainly going to get a little warmer than that as we head into the afternoon. But most everyone should be done at that point. Still should be a nice forecast overall. So we'll go morning clouds, mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid 60s overall. For the coast, or excuse me, for the Umpqua, that was the coast, we'll be back up to around 90s, staying hot through the weekend forecast. In the Cascades, upper to mid 70s, we'll be around 85 degrees out towards Oak Ridge, 85 also in Bend. And here in the Willamette Valley, we'll be looking at around 88 to 89, so kind of flirting with 90 for tomorrow as the north winds will continue to dry things out. A little bit of morning cloud cover each morning, and then it's back to sunny skies in mid-60s. For the coast, the Umpqua will be sizzling all the way in through next week with temperatures well into the 90s. Cascades, with that southwest flow aloft, that will keep a chance for some isolated late afternoon thunderstorms each day. And here in the Willamette Valley, not a whole lot of cool relief on the board. No 70s and 80s and kind of sprinkled in. It's just lock it in. Heat starting the weekend all the way in through next week.
At least we get into the 50s overnight, though.
Yeah, at least we're not looking at a huge, huge bump up in those overnight lows. That's a good point, Matt.
We will be right back.